What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing me for the very first time, I am happy that you clicked on this video for whatever reason. I simply hope that you can stay. If you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Monica, and I'm an African girl who is figuring out life abroad, specifically in Dubai. And I've been on YouTube for quite some time. I have made content complaining. I want to leave it at that. So I have switched it up and tried to share a different part of my life or a different journey, mainly because I want to change the status quo of what is known when people think about an African girl living or working in the United Arab Emirates, because there is a lot of information that's being spread and it is spreading like a wildfire. And sometimes you find that if you are someone who is in the United Arab Emirates, there is a picture that you don't want people to think of you. Yeah, that is partly one of the reasons I'm trying to change minds of people, for example, who are back in Africa or who are not in the United Arab Emirates. What do they think about an African girl living in the United Arab Emirates? Then the other thing is the stigma, which is very gross. The stigma in that every time someone meets you, when you are in the UAE, when you are an African girl, the stigma, the expectations of what you can do, what you're open to, disturbs me a lot. I'm not going to get into the details. So basically that is all about me and what I'm doing on this channel now. I'm sharing my journey. I currently work as a marketing manager and business developer. So I essentially work for a company. I have a permanent job, but I also do some freelances outside. Funnily enough, some of these freelances are actually of companies that are back home in Uganda, obviously. Yes, I have some good experience because I have been doing marketing for long. I've been doing sales and marketing for a very long time. I have some good experience in that discipline, and I'm also doing my master's degree, which is a very important thing and which is relative to today's topic. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the formula for marketing. When I started sales, I honestly didn't understand marketing at all. I only knew I have a job because then I was working for a pharmaceutical company and I had to promote the products, mainly medicines, to different hospitals, to different doctors. And all I had to do is walk to them, and I was pretty timid to even talk to these doctors. But over time, I have learned and researched about marketing itself. And especially recently that I'm doing my master's degree, I have gained a little bit more knowledge, which is very practical in my current job, in my current freelance opportunities that I have. Very practical, very essential, because sometimes when you are doing a job, especially a job like marketing, when you look at people who are doing marketing, you don't really comprehend why this job is there. Maybe you do, but you still don't understand what they are supposed to do. We know a doctor is supposed to treat people, is supposed to take history from the patients and, do diagnostics and figure out what is wrong with someone. But when you look at a marketing manager, for example, you can't fully comprehend what their day-to-day is like. Yes? So, but mainly this video is for business owners. If you are probably a startup, you might be everything. You are the CEO, you are the secretary, you are the marketing manager, you are it. So it's to business owners, startups, but also to people who are doing marketing. If you're starting up in marketing, you might feel like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? I also want to encourage, especially Africans who are in the United Arab Emirates, to consider a career in marketing or get skills around marketing. Which skills are very important in doing sales? Marketing skills can even help you to market yourself as an individual. For example, when you go to an interview, I honestly do take my skills or my knowledge of marketing products and companies towards any interview that I go to. Yes, I do that. So today's video, I'm going to give you a formula of how you can market any product or anything or anyone. Yes, I also do work with individual brands who are trying to grow their social media, because nowadays social media is the office. Yes, so many individuals are growing their social media accounts and in hopes to be able to attract brand deals, in hopes to make money through their social media following. So growing a social media account, running a business, same thing. Marketing is involved. You have to market yourself. So what is this formula that I am so hyping and talking about and making feel like you simply must watch this video and know the formula? Still, to give you a background so that you can understand exactly how this formula comes about. When someone is marketing a product, especially currently, you find that there is no monotony. Unless someone just invented something, there is no monotony. And you find that everyone is a Me Too business. For example, I currently work for a company that deals with LED screens. So they have all types of screens, LED, LCD, all the amazing structures that you've seen on different events. Maybe a musician is performing and all these lights, all these screens are going on. That is the company I'm working for, but it is not the only one with this type of thing. So it becomes a Me Too business. Every business becomes Me Too business. Whatever you say you have, the other person does have that too. So you find that most marketing managers or people who are marketing the products, they are competing for space, competing for sales, and you find the strategies that they are using are prices. Every time you find you're reducing your prices to the point that some people are selling at a loss just to be able to sell. Yeah, that happens. And you see some adverts and you're like, there is no way that is going to build a brand. The strategy I'm going to give you is to build a brand and not to just make sales. There are so many ways to make sales. Yes, you can offer discounts, you can create a hype and attract some sales. But if you want to build a brand and you want to attract loyal customers who are going to continue coming to you to buy products from you, need this strategy. And it is a very simple copy and paste. Any company can apply this strategy, or any individual can apply this strategy. Okay, now I'm gonna spill the goods. The strategy is to define reason for your company, a reason that it doesn't even have to be so unique, but a reason that is very general in a way. Like, I'm going to give an example of Apple, because every time I've watched countless ads of Apple. When you're studying marketing and you're not watching Apple advertisements, I don't know what you're doing, because you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to be studying Apple advertisements, because the way Apple advertises, mainly think about when a new Apple phone comes out or any other Apple product, just not only the phone, people queue up at the store waiting to get a chance to get this product first. And the people who are queuing up already have a perfectly functioning phone or a perfectly functioning watch or whatever. They already have a perfectly functioning Apple product, but they still want to get to this new product because Apple has positioned themselves. They have not cocooned themselves. They positioned themselves as a company that is all about making the best, making the most innovative. So this is a promise that they have made a long time ago, so that every product that they bring up, that is what you're expecting. You know, this is cutting edge. This is the newest thing that is out there. And by the way, that is not exactly the truth. There are so many other companies who probably have the newer thing as compared to Apple, but because they have not positioned themselves, they've not taken up that space of, we are the company of cutting edge that is going to provide the best solution for you as an individual, be it Apple Music, the iPod, all these things were invented to provide solutions, and they were like cutting edge. They were the newest thing. We had music playing on the CDs, but the CDs had to be inserted in the CD players. But when Apple brings the iPod, I actually have an iPod, I wish I'd carried it. It's really tiny, like so small, almost a fraction of this phone. And on this, you can have more than 1,000 songs, put it in your pocket, go for a run. When the iPod came out, that was the newest thing. So many other companies have come up with even smaller gadgets or smaller things to play music. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is Apple, when their ads are running, they don't start with explaining the iPod, for example. They will simplify it and break it down and tell you like, our company is all about bringing you the newest innovation, solving this problem, and then they'll go ahead and explain how the iPod can have 1,000 songs. I don't know if this is making sense to you guys, because I'm at work, I don't rehearse, and I just come and sit here and talk through my mind. The other thing, if you're watching me for the very first time and you've been enjoying this video so far, let me interrupt you a little bit so that you can subscribe. Right? I have a very busy schedule, but I'm trying to share my journey on social media and also share all this information that I have, that I learned, that I'm utilizing every single day in my work. Yeah, so I don't rehearse, I don't make scripts for my videos. So if sometimes you come here and you watch me and you feel like I'm a little bit off, please comment in the comment section. There are so many afterthoughts, or I can explain better after I read the comments. Okay, now to go back to defining or finding the formula. When you are going to advertise yourself, let me start from yourself, you need to look into yourself, like, what is my purpose? What do I want to provide at the end of the day? And this day is going to end in like 10, 20 years. What do I want to achieve? So always make sure that is the headline, that is the first thing that comes out, so that you attract the right people, the people who are going to stay. For example, if you watched, obviously you started this video, I started by introducing myself and telling you why I have this channel, and going ahead and telling you my story, because that is the most important thing. The content I'm going to share is going to change, but what isn't going to change is the fact that this channel, I'm going to share my journey in the United Arab Emirates. I have a job right now, I'm working in marketing. I am doing my master's degree in marketing. All these things might change, but the person who comes, you should subscribe because this is still day one. The person who is going to be here from day one, the expectations are still going to be met when I am a CEO of a company. Yeah, their expectations are going to be met. Even if I lose my job, I'll come here and tell you guys like, hey, I lost my job, because I'm sharing my journey. This is not a channel where I'm going to say, come to this channel, I'm going to teach you about marketing. No. That might change. That being said, the word that you need to know, the word that you need to ask yourself is, why was this company started? Why was this business started? What problem was it solving? What unique thing is lacking in this market that we can provide as a company? Once you define that, always start your headlines with that. We are the company that is locally available in the United Arab Emirates, and we are the company that has local support in the United Arab Emirates. Sure, there are other companies that do, but if a buyer is going to buy, it will come down to, but these guys are locally available. Yeah, I know their price is a little bit high, but they are locally available. These guys, like, make it as simple and bring it to the personal level of the individual on the other end. I think my break is finished. I still have 4 minutes out of my break, but that's it about today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I do hope you subscribe. I hope you like, share this video as well. Support me in whichever way that you can. There's a thanks button, you can hit that one as well. And obviously I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm still going to film. Bye.